Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. Today is November 29th, which means it is officially the holiday season, and it is time to start looking for those gifts for the videographer and photographer, or just dad in your life. And in all reality, I'm guessing that the guys watching this video are shopping for themselves or trying to come up with gift ideas for themselves. So I'm talking to you. Hey everyone, welcome to the channel. My name is Zach. I'm a photographer and videographer, but more important than that, I'm a husband and a father. And today we're talking 2024 holiday gift guide. So I've put together some ideas for gifts that I think the dads and photographers and videographers out there might enjoy. And now, full transparency, these are all things that I bought within the past year in 2024. And so I have all given them my stamp of approval. So we're gonna walk through some of these ideas. And like I said, if you're watching this because you're trying to figure out some gift ideas, send this video to your spouse or to your significant other or your kids and say, hey, there's some cool stuff on here. Pick something out for me. Now, all these things I purchased myself. I am not sponsored by any of these, but there are affiliate links down below. So if you find something that you want, or you find something that you want someone else to buy for you, get the link below, send it to them, or use the link. I would appreciate that greatly. So let's jump into it with the first category of novelty cameras, or at least I'm calling them novelty cameras. So I'm talking about this guy, can I make them stack? And this guy. Okay, they weren't gonna stack. So I love cameras. You've been around this channel, you know that already. These are 3 cameras that I picked up this year that I think are some pretty good cameras. I like to call them novelty cameras. They're not something, you know, like this guy, but they are fun cameras to have and to use. So starting off, the Kodak 2-in-1, this is the C300R. This is a instant camera that you can actually connect your phone to and print images off of. So you can take photos straight from this camera, but you can also connect your phone and print them. Cool little camera. It has pretty decent quality for the printer. And you get these fun images that just kind of reminisce back to, you know, like the Polaroid days of cameras. So I think this is a fun little family camera that can be used for fun times. So I highly recommend that. The next one is the Camp Snap camera. Now I think they've come out with a new version. I'm not sure what the upgrade is from it, but this is a fun little camera. This was originally created for kids, but I think is a fun camera for families to use. The quality isn't all that great, but it's more so the idea of having a little camera with you that you take everywhere, that you take some fun photos of your family with, and it's just a fun little thing. And it looks cool. Like it looks cool. And then finally, if you want something that maybe is a little bit, it's not professional, but maybe a little bit more professional, a little bit higher than these guys, something like the Kodak Ektar H35N. Now this is a half frame film camera. So you do load this up with film, goes right back here. And then you have to send your film off to get developed. But this is a great little camera, so fun to take photos of, so fun to get developed and get your photos back and look at them. I have loved using this. It's something that I don't use on a regular basis, but I use if we go on vacation or we're doing something really fun. I'll take this with me and create some cool photos from that. So I have done videos on pretty much all of these 3 of these cameras. This one was a while back, this one was just recently, and this one I kind of talked about if film was worth it, and I talked about this camera in there. So go check those videos out for a little bit more information. But these are some fun cameras to use. And if you're a dad or a parent and you're wanting to find just a camera that can be fun to document family life, these are some great things to try out and play with. So check those out. Next up, you know I was gonna say it, a family video camera. So I think every family should have a dedicated video camera that they use to document family life. And these are my 3 go-tos, the ones that I have been using this past year to document my family life, starting off with the DJI Pocket 3. This is a phenomenal little camera. You've heard me talk about it in other videos, but this is a great camera for just documenting family life. It's got a gimbal on it, 4K footage, log, so easy to edit, so fun to play with, absolutely amazing. Then you've got the DJI Osmo Action 4. They have come out with a 5th version. I still have the 4, and I think the 4 is phenomenal. Very similar to the DJI Pocket 3 quality-wise, but this one is definitely more of an action camera style, where this you probably don't want to take skiing or anything like that. Both work phenomenal for documenting your family life. Both can be great vlog cameras and fun cameras for the kids to use. And then you've got this guy, which is the Insta360 Go 3S. And this is a cool little camera because not only can it be used as an action camera, not only can it be used as a vlog camera, but it can also be used as a POV camera. And so you can take this, you can use some different attachments they have, you can stick it to yourself, put this in really unique places, and it's so fun to use. You've got a flip out screen here, and there's some really cool filming features that come along with this. Again, I've done videos on all 3 of these, so go check those out for more information. But if you're someone who wants to get into documenting your family life, or you think your husband or your spouse would want to get into documenting family life, these are 3 great cameras to try out, get started with, and all of them will serve you great. The next one is something that actually gets my wife's stamp of approval, and that is Cuts Clothing. I have recently got into Cuts Clothing. It's something I've seen on YouTube channels for a couple years now, and finally I was like, you know what? I want to buy some nice quality clothes, and I absolutely love Cuts Clothing. It's become pretty much my entire wardrobe. I think I have like 5 pairs of pants, like 7 shirts, and a couple of sweatshirts. I mean, they're great. Like, the pants fit so well. I literally have like 4 or 5 versions of this pants alone. The sweatshirts are comfortable. They're high quality. The shirts, I love that they're elongated, and they just everything about them. They feel good. They look good. And yes, they are a little bit pricier, but in my mind, you're paying for what you get for. If you pay for a cheaper brand of clothing, well then, you know, they fade and they rip and they stretch. Whereas I have never had a problem with any of my Cuts clothing shrinking or fading or anything like that. And I love it. And secret, I'll tell you this, I don't tell a lot of people this, but there's actually a Cuts marketplace. So you can get used Cuts clothing at a discount. And that's what I do. And I'm able to get a lot more clothing for how much money I want to spend. So check out Cuts. Okay, this next one is an interesting one. And it's something I picked up recently. This is Plaud AI recorder. So what this is it's a little voice recorder that you can connect to your phone, and it will record whatever you want to record. So maybe you're in school and you need to record a lecture. You just tap this little button right here and it starts recording. Maybe you're in a meeting and you want to make sure that you get your meeting recorded. Do that. Or you're on a phone call. The cool thing is though, it doesn't just stop at recording. It actually uses AI to then take your recording, transcribe it, and then you can do some cool things like summarizing it or giving you bullet points, giving you tasks from it. It's a really, really cool feature to be able to simplify and kind of, I don't know, organize meeting notes a lot better. I've been using this for 2 big things. One, for recording my phone calls and meetings, because there are so many times where I'm in a meeting or I'm on a phone call and I'm focused on discussing that I don't take notes. And so then when I go back and I'm like, okay, wait, when was this project due? And I forget and I have to email my client or my partners or whatever. This does it for you. This records it, documents it, good to go. Okay, so next we got a few accessories for your camera, starting off with a filter. So this is the Everyday Filter by Short Stash and Polar Pro. This is a black mist filter as well as a polarizer. So I love Short Stash. I use his preset when I'm editing my own photos, my own personal photos. And when he came out with this, I was super intrigued because I love mist filters because they create like a nice bloom on the highlights. They soften your image. It looks a little bit more filmic to me. Is filmic a word? I don't know. But not only is this a mist filter, it's also a polarizer. So you're gonna take out some of the glares or the reflections that might come when you're looking through windows and things like that. I absolutely love this filter. I love the look that it gives my images. I love this filter so much that I've actually bought 2 in the past year. I used to have the Fujifilm X100F, and then when I got this X-T30, the lens size was different, so I had to get a different filter, and it was an immediate purchase. So I highly recommend having a lens filter, and one as high quality as this is phenomenal. Not only does it enhance your images, but it also just protects your lens, and that is a great thing to have. Now, the other accessory is the Peak Design strap. This is their thinner of their straps. I do have a thicker one. Actually, hang on. I do have this thicker one. And this is both of these are phenomenal. I use this thicker one more for production work when I'm actually doing work for my company. And then this one is more so for my everyday carry camera. To me, I just love the quality of this. I love the look of it. I love the color. This is the green one. These little brown leather accents are super nice. It's so easy to use, to move and manipulate. And then with Peak Design's Anker attachments, it's just so simple to attach it to my Fujifilm and then detach and attach it to my Sony. Things like that. What I also love about it is when I'm not needing it, because of its small size, it packs up really, really small. I can throw it in my sling bag and forget about it, because there's a lot of times where I don't actually want to use a strap, but when I need it, it's there. It's great. It's phenomenal. Love Peak Design. Next is the Bellroy Venture Sling. I've talked about this in another video, so you can go watch that for some more information, but this is a phenomenal little sling bag for everyday carry. I have tried out multiple sling bags, and I've never found one that I loved until this. My wife would say differently. She does not like sling bags. She thinks they look bad. I don't care. I love this. It looks good to me. The quality is great. And it fits everything I need to carry with me on an everyday basis. So I have room for my cameras, multiple cameras. I've got a space for my sunglasses. The organization of this is just so nice. Even the fact that there's this little hidden spot right down here for an air tag. Like, I love this sling bag. It does everything I need it to do. And I mean, I take it with me pretty much every day. If I'm not carrying my backpack with me, this is coming with me, and has probably been one of my favorite purchases of the past year. Moving right along, next we have the Anker Prime 20,000 milliamp battery. This thing is a beast. I am constantly in need of power. Whether I'm out on the run or I'm at a coffee shop and I don't have a plug accessible to me, this has saved my life. Okay, maybe not my life. This has come in clutch so often. There are 2 USB-C ports on the top as well as 1 USB-A. It is a 200 max watt output. Each of these has 100 max watt output. I think this has 35. I could be wrong about that. But this is a phenomenal little battery pack. You can charge whatever you want with it. I've charged my phone, my cameras, my iPad, my MacBook. It doesn't get my MacBook fully charged, but it gets at like 60-ish%. I mean, there are just so many times where this thing has saved my bacon, and I absolutely love it. It is a brick, it is heavy, it is thick, but it is worth it. And what's really cool, one thing that I absolutely love about it is it has this cool screen on the top. So when you plug stuff in, it shows you how much wattage is going to it, how long it'll take to charge that device. I mean, in all reality, does that stuff matter? No, but I think it's cool. Along with that though, is its fast charging dock. So this is something I highly recommend purchasing with the battery pack if you do choose to go with it. It's got a little magnetic spot on the bottom where it just magnetizes there, easy to charge. I walk in from, a shoot and I take it out of my bag, pop it on the charger and make sure it's 100%. And then before I leave, I just grab it, throw it in the bag. It's so perfect. But what's also cool about this is this has 2 USB-C ports and a USB-A port as well. So you've got so many charging options. Like when we go on trips, I just take this with me, and that's what I need to charge all of my devices, and it's great. So highly recommend having a battery pack with you like this. It comes in handy more than you would think. And then we have the Logitech MX Creator Combo. So this is a really, really cool device that just makes editing your photos and your videos so much easier. I have been one of those guys that have been editing just with my keyboard and mouse forever. And there are so many times when I'm like, man, I wish I could dial this in just a little bit better, or I wish this was just a little bit easier, or I wish I didn't have to remember so many shortcuts on my keyboard. That's where these things come in place. So first off, you've got the dial. So you're able to dial in things like your different colors or your exposure or your shadows, highlights, whatever. You're able to dial those in. And it's so much nicer to move this dial while you're actually looking at the screen instead of trying to use your mouse to drag a slider. Because for me, I'm always having to look at the slider and not actually at the image. So I'm looking at the slider, go back to the image, slider, back to the image. Whereas this, I'm not even looking at the dial, I'm just watching the image until I find where I like it. And that is phenomenal to me. Then you have this guy, and this one, you can load custom presets or custom functions into each dial. So when I'm in Adobe Premiere, I can set this to the blade tool and this to the selection tool. I can set this to enable my clip or disable my clip, whatever. You can customize these to do whatever you want. So all those shortcuts that you're used to having on your keyboard, but you don't like having on your keyboard, you can put them on here, and it just makes your workflow so much faster. I absolutely love it. I think it's amazing. But what's even cooler about this is that while this is $200, it actually, at the time of recording, comes with 3 months of Adobe for free. And I mean, when you think about that, that's like $180. So in all reality, you're getting this for 20 bucks. You gotta love photographer math, right? I mean, and even if you already have Adobe, you get those 3 months credited to you. So great purchase. Highly recommend to speed up your editing and just make it a smoother, more enjoyable process. Okay, and then finally, we've got a really cool one for those of you whiskey drinkers out there. This is something that I picked up recently, and I'm really excited about this. This is from a company called Aged in Ore, and it's a travel whiskey kit. So I've actually got 2 separate ones here. So this is their Neat Traveler. It comes with a 3-ounce bottle for your whiskey, which 3 ounces is how much you can take on a plane with you. So it is TSA approved, as well as a nice whiskey tumbler. And then it comes in this protected case so that you can trust that, you know, it's not going to get destroyed while you're traveling. Then this is their bottle flight. So it comes with 4 of these 3-ounce bottles, and you can put whatever whiskey you want in there. So right now I have a little bit of Weller, I have some Field of Dreams, and then I actually have some simple syrup and some cherry sauce for my old-fashioned travel kit. But it also then comes with this little pen to write on your glass, so you know what you're drinking. So this is a cool little thing. I've taken this with me whenever we travel, just because it's nice to share whiskey with friends and family. But then also, if we're going on vacation, I don't always want to spend money on cocktails, but if we're sitting at the beach, I want to be able to make my own. And so I'll fill one of these up with cherries, one up with simple syrup, and then the rest up with some whiskey. And I have my own to-go whiskey kit. And I love it. I think this is a really, really cool thing. Yeah, I think this is a cool thing for those guys out there who enjoy drinking whiskey or whatever alcohol you may want, because you just, before you leave for the trip, you pull out your whiskey and you fill up your bottle, and boom, you're ready to go. And this, by the way, wasn't necessarily supposed to be on the list, but it is now. This is Edwin Cole's Old Co. This is a company that is near where I live. It is so good. It's got like a smoky taste to it. I don't know too much about whiskeys. I'm still trying to learn and get into it, but this has quickly become one of my favorites. And it is my go-to when I'm making my old fashions. So really fun product here. I think you'll enjoy this one if you are into whiskey or bourbon or alcohol of any kind. So I think that's it. I think that's all of the 2024 gift ideas out there. I hope you found one that you can add to your list or one that you can add to your shopping list for that special someone. And again, if you enjoy these products, if you think one of them looks cool, links are all down below. Please do use those affiliate links. It really is super helpful to this channel. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe if you're not already, and we will see you in the next video. Enjoy your holidays.